Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to RollerCon Day 1 here at C1 for your first sponsorship bout, Riedell versus S1. My name is Michael Schwan, and I am joined by...
Loquita Bonita and Sasso Thrash.
All right, so Bonita, do you want to introduce us to those who are skating on Riedell?
I would love to. Skating for Riedell, wearing the black jerseys, we have 000 Booty Queen, 007 Poison Violet, 07 Jackie Daniels, 1706 Misty Maven, 1962 Human Missile Crisis, 202 Freight Train, 221 Ready or Not, Here I Come, number 28 Death, 280 Alicia Nisbet Smith, 333 Sweet and Sour, number 4 that's Violet Knockout, 5011 Moxie Balboa, 775 Prim Reaper, 777 Perfect, 89 Arrakis, 904 Brawl, and 94 Octane Jane.
Give it up one more time for Riedell. Now those skating in the white jerseys for S1, we have number 08, Party. Number 10, Thugs Bunny. Number 1414, Malabruiser Barbie. Number 143, Baller Shot Caller. Number 15, Bolt Action. Number 19, Bantam. Number 20, Thrasher. Number 25, Slam Wise Gamgee.
Write them on here and pass notes.
Number 27, Carmela Track. Number 3, Scarlett Davidson.
I won't do a great job.
Number 316, Lily Gaskell.
Yes, absolutely.
Number 32, Sheesh. Number 6, Not Rocket Science.
The team that's on the left on the scoreboard.
Number 666, Lolly Rot. Number 7, Donna Diablo. Number 77, Murph. Number 88, Darth. Number 89, Hart. And number 90, Yeety. One more time for S1. That long whistle means it's time for us to get started. Are you ready for some roller derby?
Woo-hoo! All right, this is so exciting. I can't even believe it. All of these amazing skaters on the same track for funsies.
For funsies.
And pride. And what else? What else? What do you win? Schwan at the end of this game.
Bragging rights?
Bragging rights, there you go. Can you go by the sponsors? This is, go by the sponsor that won and be like, "You are the champion, my friend." Yeah? No?
Maybe.
Did you know that you were going to get singing along with this? Probably not.
Looks like opening up Jam 1, we're going to have Misty Maven jamming for Riedell, going up against Darth for S1. Hart. 88-89.
Very close, yeah. Those numbers are very close, and sometimes it can be hard to see the numbers from our vantage point.
One of these days, I will learn how to read. Whether that's today is yet to be seen.
Misty Maven and Hart both here fresh from the World Cup. So got some practice. They got a little practice in during the World Cup so that they could really bring it in the S1 Riedell matchup.
We've been encouraged to have everyone join in with a word of encouragement for Misty Maven. Looking for a new job they just applied for and interviewed for yesterday. Good luck.
All right, Misty.
Both in your employment pursuits as well as in the game today.
All right, and Hart is out first and has picked up lead. S1, first strike. Misty Maven with a star pass. Oh, but immediately following that star pass to Jackie Daniels, there was a cut call. So this is a power jam. Power jam. Power jam for Hart and the S1 squad. Uh-oh.
I wonder if it's dying already. It's all right, we got extra batteries.
That's right.
Shout out to Team S1 and their sponsor, S1 Helmets. The S1 Lifer Helmet Best Fit and Best Protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer. S1 makes the best quality and most innovative protective gear. Good job on those first points.
So this is a power start now for S1. And jamming for S1 is Donna Diablo. And Donna Diablo is out first, has picked up lead. 2 leads in a row now for S1. All right, so everybody gathered up here in turn 2. Oh man, a beautiful hit there from Sweet and Sour. So Donna Diablo gonna recycle back and try it all again. Oh man, it looks like Jackie Daniels came back out on the track, but immediately got another penalty, so it's a power jam! Power jam! That power jam was my Macho Man Savage imitation. You're welcome. All the action over here in the turns. Blocking there by Prim. Reaper as the jam ends, setting up another power start. This is our second power start in a row. 6 points picked up, score now 11-0. Still a lot of derby left here in this game.
Big thanks to our other sponsor of this game, Riedell Skates family. The Radar Halo alloy is here. Check out Radar wheels inside the Riedell booth. High-quality roller skate manufacturer, making skates that are made to move you. Made in the USA.
This mic is being finicky. We'll see if it holds. Every time I try to put the cover back on, it cuts out.
Maybe that's, yeah.
There it goes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if it's battery, but
You can share. Over more. But words are.
we're going to get all close and personal. All right. So now we're down to technical difficulties on our end aside. Looks like we're in the middle of a timeout. It was a good time to try to sort those out. Brady.
Quick little PSA here. Let's all do our part to keep each other safe. Please travel with a buddy or a pack whenever you leave. You can find more crucial safety tips in your registration bag and program. There's a ton of great brands out there that keep us all safe when we're on the track. 888 is one of them. 888, where innovation meets impact. Project your progression with the gear built to set you apart.
So we're still in the middle of an official timeout. The reason for such is that our scoreboard is not cooperating. That point total and that time total at the time were incorrect. So we're going to restart the computer and hope that we can have a properly displayed scoreboard for us as we move through this sponsored game. Please stand by.
That just gives us a little extra time to do another shout out to one of our great sponsors, TSG Helmets and Pads, protective gear that constantly raises the bar in terms of style, comfort, design, technology, and above all, safety. TSG, technical safety gear.
That long whistle should mean that we're ready to play again. Going into Jam 3, we have number 1414, Malabruiser Barbie, jamming for S1. In a power start position again. Riedell trying to lock Barbie down on that outside line, trap them, wanting to push them out of bounds. Barbie not interested in playing their games, takes a quick step back, reattacks the pack right down the center. Barbie is free first, lead jammer goes to S1. Bruiser Barbie unimpeded on the inside, grabs 4 points for S1. Riedell jammer still locked in the pack, trying to find freedom over as the pack move returns to turn 1. Barbie attempts the inside, going to be pushed out of bounds. We'll have to reset to the back of the pack to try again. Going to be knocked out of bounds on the outside, dragged back by Perfect. Both teams back up to full strength after a couple of Riedell's blockers serve their penalty in the box. Barbie calling it off, taking 3 points and saying, let's go ahead and try again next time.
And that whistle means jam number 4 has begun. Jamming for Riedell. We have Arrakis. And jamming for S1 is Carmelectrac. So Arrakis out first, has picked up lead. This is the first lead so far in this game for Riedell. And Arrakis getting shut down behind that S1 tripod. Got a little bridgey bridge happening there. And Karma is now out. So that is going to put the pressure, and Arrakis calls it off. But does pick up all 4 points on that jam, putting Riedell on the scoreboard. Your score 18-4 with over 24 minutes left here in the first half.
Up your skate skills by visiting RollerDerbyAthletics.com. The Roller Derby Athletics app delivers off-skates training to help skaters get stronger, faster, and fitter, so you can skate like all these wonderful athletes out here.
007 Poison Violet, again, I'll learn how to read by the end of this game. But jamming for Riedell up at the front, trying to break past the last little bit of S1's wall. In the back, number 80. That looks like 85 to me, but I don't see an 85 on my roster.
I agree. That looks like 85 to me, too.
Poison Violet going to get through first, picking up that lead jammer position. We have 2 Riedell blockers going to the penalty box simultaneously. Whistles called all over the place. We got another high block penalty being assessed out on another Riedell blocker, leaving one lone Riedell pivot to try to hold it down. 4 points for Riedell as those whistles blow. Going to be starting off the next jam with 3 blockers trying to serve their penalties.
S1 started off with 3 scoring jams in a row. Last 2 jams, Riedell has been able to hold them scoreless. So let's see what happens here in jam number 6. We got some blocking action happening from Misty Maven, able to slow down Donna Diablo and then still get out and get lead. So that is 3 leads in a row for Riedell. Donna Diablo looking to get out of that pack. Stuck behind a tripod there, converting to a 2-wall of Riedell. Gets knocked to the inside, recycled back. Some penalties, some whistles blowing, all the fun. Another Riedell blocker going to the penalty box. We've had a star pass for Riedell. That is Thrasher now with the star. Or pardon me, for S1. Thrasher now with the star. Second star pass in a row for S1. So Misty Maven waiting just until Thrasher got back to the pack, then calls it off. 4 points picked up by Riedell. Very nice job by the S1 squad to contain Riedell and hold them at just 4 points there in jam number 6.
Maven with full contact at the start of that jam, even before the initial whistle had blown, already fully leaning into their opposition, saying, hey, I'm going to knock you out, and then I'm going to just take advantage of that position.
100%. Also, that is, the last 3 jams have been just one quick scoring pass, 4 points going up for Riedell, and then calling it off. So now it is Freight Train,
who's immediately going to take that lead jammer position. Malibu's Barbie not wanting to rest on their wheels, though, tearing their way around the track. Freight Train weaving through the thick of the pack, trying to grab the points that they can. Going to be 3 for Riedell.
Roller derby is a rough sport, but WFTDI Wellness and Body Breakdown has got us covered. Visit the WFTDI Wellness booth for free wrapping, injury assessment, and wellness products. Then visit Body Breakdown and book your massage with Blue. Get feeling good.
Or if you need a water bottle, these really awesome, beautiful blue water bottles, you can just go over and get one from the WFTDI booth.
Very awesome. And chapstick.
Yeah, make sure you're visiting all our sponsors. Say hi and tell them the announcer sent you. They probably won't care, but we do. And
but that's nice. Anyway, do you need something?
Yeah. So we have an 89-89 matchup. That's Arrakis with the star for Riedell and Hart for S1. Arrakis has been designated lead. Hart getting recycled back. Going to that outside lane. Oh, and we have had a successful star pass, it looks like. Yep. Now jamming for S1 is number 90. That's Yeedy. So Arrakis looking to pick up those points and call it off. Looks like going to be another 4-point jam for Riedell.
Which is also going to be a lead change in Riedell's favor. One small lead after lead after lead. You can claw an entire game to victory 3 or 4 points at a time.
That's right. After a very strong start by S1, they have been held scoreless for the last 5 jams.
S1 securing lead this go around, number 85, the nameless skater grabbing lead for S1. They weren't confident that they hadn't stepped out of bounds, so not wanting to risk the track cut, return to the back of the pack. They will have to re-escape the pack before they can threaten any points. Number 007, Poison Violet, jamming for Riedell, still trying to get through in the back. Gonna try and get a good look at 85's jersey. Oh, that's Darth. So 88 on our roster is 85, Darth.
Shout out to Monkey Lube, helping us all keep our skates nice and tidy. Your one-stop solution to cleaning and maintaining your skate bearings that will add speed and a smoother performance to your bearings that you will feel. monkeylube.com. LOOB.
That last jam staunched a 5-jam lead streak for Riedell. So S1 picking up 1 point, just 2 points separating these two teams with a lot of derby left, and another lead going to S1. That is Slam-Wise Gamgee, but Freight Train is coming around the bend and going to put that pressure on Slam-Wise Gamgee. Going to try to pick up some points and call it off before Freight Train does. Probably not quite as successful as Slam-Wise Gamgee would have liked, but a 1-1 jam. So no difference in the score differential there. Still 2 points separating these two amazing teams.
Yeah, just wearing down the clock. We're skating in circles, having fun. Number 7, Donna Diablo jamming for S1. Going to be going up against 1706 Misty Maven. Maven immediately leaping through the outside, attacking the center of the pack. Tries to check that inside line. S1 is going to slam that door closed. Misty Maven still with a lot of energy up on those toe stops. Very quick feet. Getting some assistance from number 333, Sweet and Sour. Misty Maven with lead after that offensive defense from Sweet and Sour, now on a scoring pass. Donna Diablo still working on their initial pass up in the front of the pack. Full wall of Riedell holding strong. Pack moving out of turn 4. Maven looking for the smallest opening that they could take advantage of. Going to be pushed out of bounds on the outside. Calls it off and grabs 4 full points.
Want to get yourself some roller derby swag? Stop by the Roller Revival booth for new roller derby graphic tees, stickers, pins, and patches. RollerRevival.com if you can't make it by their booth.
Arrakis with the star for Riedell, and Malabruiser Barbie for S1. Arrakis out first, has picked up lead, 2 leads in a row now for Riedell, but Barbie also out of the pack, putting on that pressure. Man, Arrakis with just 1 to beat, but then those blockers rolled up with a quickness and reformed. Still not enough to keep Arrakis from scoring some points, so that's 4 points going up for Riedell.
Jammers showing one another some appreciation out at the line. We're all friends here, even if we are competing in this really high-level derby. That is number 007, Poison Violet, going up against number 6, Snot Rocket Science. I believe this is Snot Rocket's first time jamming this game, correct?
You are absolutely correct, or correctamundo, as the Fawns would say.
You know, I wanted to make a joke about the Snot Rockets sliding through the pack, but that just...
The ick factor is large on that one.
Yeah, I didn't even like thinking about it, but they did manage to go through. Snot Rocket with the lead for S1, pushing through on the outside. 4 points for S1. Snot Rocket now ready for another scoring pass. Coming up quick, calls it off due to a successful star pass by Riedell. Jackie Daniels hot on their heels. 2 points for Riedell, 1 for S1.
It feels nice and cool in here right now, but reminder, it is hot, hot, hot out there, so hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
And jam number 14, bum, 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 it's Freight Train. Freight picking up lead with a quickness. And number 25, Slam-Wise Gamgee, they have the star for S1. Freight on on a second scoring pass here. One to beat, some nice blocking there at the end. So a little slowdown, but not a stop. 8 points so far, going up for Riedell. Freight train getting knocked to the inside, recycled back. That's baller shot caller. Along with, I think, Karma Electrac was in on that, and Thugs Bunny. Still, Freight got through, got 4 more points, and in the time it took me to say all that, is back again. Ready for more. And there has been a successful star pass for S1. That's Karma Electrac with the star. That's going to force the call off. 2 points snuck in there at the end by Freight Train and Riedell. So 14 points on that jam. That is the largest scoring jam so far of this game. In fact, that's the first jam that's had more than 2 passes.
Yeah, when you're looking at these A or AA level games, the strength of the defensive wall really shows how much you can trust them to hold down your opponent. This team Maven jamming again for Riedell. Both jammers trying to push through a very, very locked down pack. Looks like lead was awarded to S1, that is Donna Diablo, but they were immediately re-swallowed by the pack and have to break free a second time before they can threaten points. Able to get a no pass, no penalty after the blocker that had pushed them out of bounds fell out of bounds. Already back now around the track on a scoring pass. The Riedell tripod posted up and holding strong. Donna Diablo transitioning around the inside, almost getting pushed down by Jackie Daniels, but out of play is called. They are set free. 4 points for Donna Diablo with S1. Donna going to check that inside line. Riedell slams that door closed. Takes a step back, checks the outside line, not finding a whole lot of additional success in that new lane. We have had a successful star pass over on Riedell. Your new jammer skating in black, number 904, Brawl. Donna Diablo working on that scoring pass, pushing right down the center of the pack, not wanting to get close to those out boundaries. Calls it off, grabs 3 points as Brawl approaches on a scoring pass.
You might have seen Donna Diablo out there sporting an S1 Lifer visor helmet. Those visors can be really helpful for some of the shorties so we don't get whacked in the face. Big thanks to S1 for keeping our heads and our faces safe.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of jammers be like, you know what, I don't know if I need the visor, and then they catch it to the nose, and they're like, maybe I want the visor. Maybe I do.
Take that.
Jam number 16 underway. Arrakis with the star for Riedell, facing off against Baller Shot Caller. This is Baller's first jam as a jammer so far in this game, or the skater who's wearing Baller's jersey, because that's definitely not Baller.
It looks like Riedell is out there helping their skaters go very quickly with their quick bearings, where precision meets performance.
That's our first 0-0 jam of the game.
Sometimes you're just forced to call it. You're like, you know what, we'll just try again. You're too close. 007, Poison Violet jamming for Riedell up against Darth for S1. The jam starts, and the jammers don't move because the pack has already locked them into position. Springing into action after a quick step back, both jammers attacking the opposing walls. But which will find the smallest piece of freedom first? Darth up at the front, crashing up against Freight Train and the full Riedell tripod. Poison Violet up in the back of the pack, equally trying to force the smallest inch to be offered to them. Neither team willing to give it over. Poison Violet does find the smallest opening on the inside. Lee Jammer goes to Riedell. Poison Violet grabs what point they can secure on the inside. S1's going to close the door. Violet reattempts on the outside, going to be pushed out of bounds by 666, the Lawler Rot. And says, I got something. They got out. I need the points. What do we get? It's 2.
That was another successful star pass there from S1. Number 32, Sheesh, taking the star, putting that pressure on and forcing the call off. Score 48-32. 6.5 minutes left here in the first half. Karma Electrac with the star for S1. Misty Maven for Riedell. Karma pushing forward at the top of the pack. Finds a little tiny bit of space on that outside lane. Able to slip through and pick up lead. Misty also out of the pack. So that's going to put that pressure on. Bench yelling out, call, call. It didn't really sound like that though, but that's what they were saying. 4 points going up for Riedell, chipping away at that score. Now just 13 points separating these two teams. And what's 4 for S1, 1 for Riedell.
Volunteering makes the RollerCon magic happen. If you've got a free hour, we'd love your help. Check in with VCI to volunteer for any amount of time.
Slamwise Gamgee retaking the star for S1. Sprints up the inside. Lee Jammer goes to S1. Slamwise making their way around the track, ready to threaten some points. Quick little apex jump on the inside. Grabs with the cannon, calls it off. It's the full 4 points. Very successful apex jump. You can't offer these jammers even a half inch on that inside on a corner. They will just see it, and it's like a flying highway.
100%. And it's a thing of beauty to witness. Jam number 20, and that is 2022. I mean, not that there were 2 twos, but you know what I'm saying. Freight Train with the star for Riedell. Donna Diablo for S1. Donna Diablo with 1 to beat. That is Death out there holding it down and able to get the hit out and force the recycle. Lead had been assessed, though, and once again, there is a Diablo-Death matchup. Man, another hit out, but a penalty assessed, so no need to recycle, just going to keep on keeping on. And now coming back around is Diablo looking to score some points. Freight Train able to open up space on the inside lane, is now out of the pack. And jam is ended. Wow. Man, that felt like a whole lot of work for just 3 points, Schwan.
That's all you get in this level of game.
And I wasn't even doing the work. Did you see how I said, that felt like a lot of work?
Man, all I'm doing is watching and talking, and I'm tired. Number 1414, Malabruiser Barbie jamming for S1. Gonna go up against 007, Poison Violet for Riedell. Both teams down one blocker, but that means they can still assemble a tripod, and those tripods are immobile. Death, having served their penalty, returns to the track, tries to crack open S1's tripod. Does so, but not enough to allow Poison Violet to get through. Death still servicing as that offensive defense post. Poison Violet going to be pushed out on the outside, dragged to the back by Perfect. I can read. Riedell grabbing lead after a very hard-fought 60 seconds. Half the jam spent just trying to get lead. Poison Violet now able to actually secure some points. Pack picking up speed, saying if you want these points, you're going to have to come get them. Poison Violet trying to call it off. We're going to pick up a track cut penalty in the process. Makes it a power jam for S1. S1 responding with a powerful pass on the inside of turn one. Hart with the star. Hart with a very tentative approach. Drops low on the outside. Attacks right down the center. S1's defensive line turning into an offensive line. Without an opposing jammer to worry about, they leap into action. But not before Octane Jane is going to send Hart out of bounds on the outside, forcing the recycle all the way back to the pivot line. That is our full 2-minute jam. 2 hard-fought minutes, earning S1 7 points and Riedell 1 point.
And what do my eyes behold? But we have a tie score. Oh my gosh, y'all, I love a tie. I can't even tell you how much I love a tie. Almost as much as I love Schwann's tie. If you haven't seen it, you need to peep that beauty.
It's pretty colors.
Isn't it so shiny?
So we did have a timeout called by Riedell. 60 seconds before we go into the next jam of the first half.
Good time for an official review. You got a tie score, and if you don't use it, you lose it.
We also have a bunch of other great marquee bouts this weekend, and you can get a guaranteed seat at Souvenirs. $25 and 100% of the profits go to our charities.
And if you've been here before, you know that those seats fill up quick. The reserve seats are the red seats over here to my left that I'm like waving at and pointing at. Those are the ones that are reserved. There's always space on the floor and in the other bleachers, but those fill up so fast. So reserve your seat, and like Seth said, every single dollar that is contributed does go to our charities. Here we go. Scores tied. The penalty box is empty. Karma Electrac with the star for S1. Arrakis for Riedell. Moving those feet, and it's Arrakis! Out first, has picked up lead for Riedell. Oh, Karma's out too now, so pressure on. Karma up on one skate going around that apex. Arrakis through the pack has picked up 4, calls it off. So we are going to go into the intermission with a score of 54-50 in favor of Riedell.
Want to get your hands on some Supernatural roller derby comic books?
I hope you had a good halftime, everybody. Got yourself something to eat, something to drink, and you're ready for the second half of this high-level sponsored game of Riedell versus S1. Looks like opening up the second half, we are going to have number 202 Freight Train jamming for Riedell. Freight Train did throw up the largest number of points in the first half in the single jam with 14. Looking to secure that number again or even more, but they're going to be going up against number 85, Darth, for S1. Freight Train immediately grabbing lead, said, yeah, you saw those 14 points? Here we go, we're going to get them again. Freight Train on that scoring pass. S1 trying to get to the front. Digs in those skates, pushes to the front, 4 points for Riedell, and calls it off. Very strong opening jam of the second half by Riedell. Said we may have ended this in almost a tie, but we want to push this even farther. Give us that differential.
Jam number 2 underway. That is Malabruiser Barty with the star for S1, Misty Maven for Riedell, and it's Maven who is out first and has picked up lead. Barbie looking to find a way out of the pack, getting shut down there by Yeti Jackie Daniels, along with, I think, number 94. Octane Jane. There you go. But it's Maven who is looking to push through to score some points, but has been stopped. Some very nice offense from Death to break things up and push it up. But some thanks Death got as Death takes a seat in the penalty box. Malabruiser Barbie had taken off that helmet cover, perhaps considering a pass, but sticks with it as she gets out of the pack, but now is fully stopped by Maven, who then calls off the jam. Maven did pick up 4 points on that last jam, so very quickly coming back from the second half and adding 8 more points to their score is Riedell. Score now 62-50.
Yeah, I think Maven was looking to engage in some offensive jamming against the opposing jammer, trying to burn down the clock to try to get Death out of the box. Death is standing, so not a whole lot of time left to serve. We have number 89, Arrakis, jamming for Riedell, wanting to take that inside line, S1, throwing them out of bounds, saying, you're not going to go this way, pick a different route. Number 25, Slamwise Gamgee, jamming for S1, also having to recycle after being pushed out. Arrakis on the inside, lead jammer Riedell. Arrakis, a lot of strength, just pushing their way through down lane 1, already back around the track. Now taking the outside, jukes straight down the center, calls it from the ground. It's going to be 2 points for Riedell, 0 for S1. Riedell again just wanting to creep up that lead. One lead jammer by lead jammer at a time.
Yeah, that's how you do it. A very heads-up play there by Arrakis. She was so aware of what was happening on the track, so quickly looking to pick up any number of points. It was 2 this time, and hold S1 at 0. So a very quick, very effective start here to the second half by Riedell. They have scored 10 points here in the early moments of the second half and successfully held S1 scoreless in all 3 of those jams.
Shout out to Roller Bones and Bones Bearings for keeping us all rolling. Roller Bones wheels and Bones Bearings make for a winning combination. A little reminder that we also have raffle tickets, and you can pick those up in the RollerCon lobby at the raffle desk. You can win cool stuff like B&B cabanas for the black and blue ball, and sponsor swag while you support our charities.
just say a cabana? Wait, what kind of cabana?
A B&B cabana?
D&D, okay. My nerd brain heard D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, that sounds like the best cabana ever.
You could probably play D&D under that cabana.
You could. B&B meaning black and blue. I'm going to guess for the black
Yes,
and blue
okay, yes.
party on Saturday night. I had to think a second. All right, so Poison Violet with the start for Riedell, matching up against Darth for S1. Darth does have a lead. Calls it off. Oh, and that is a 0-0 jam. This is only our second 0-0 jam of the game so far. There was one in the first half.
0-0s are rare. Normally you're able to push past like one hip when you're calling it. But that's when you just have that opposing jammer applying so much pressure to you right on your heels that you just like, I have to call it. I hope that I get something.
Yeah, well played with some great track awareness.
Freight Train returning with the star for Riedell, going up against Hart for S1. Freight Train just completely chugging through up at the front. Lead jammer goes to Riedell. Freight Train back around now on a scoring pass, checks the outside, weaving through the pack. Only Lullerot left in their way. Says, you know what? I'll just take what I got, what I get. I got the full four, securing it again, keeping S1 scoreless, and just slowly pushing up that differential.
We're watching this incredible AAA level game right now, so this is just a reminder to please join events of your actual skill level. No playing up or down. We want to keep everyone safe and having a good time.
Jammers ready on that jam line. That is Donna Diablo with the start for S1 and Arrakis. And it's Arrakis who is getting a cut call. Gonna go to the penalty box. That left lead open, and Donna Diablo said, I don't mind if I do. And now has lead for S1. Donna Diablo looking to take advantage of this power jam. Power jam! And get some points here in the second half for S1. Riedell blockers, of course, saying hard pass on that. Booty Queen with some nice blocking, joined by Human Missile Crisis. Donna Diablo with Arrakis standing in the penalty box, calls it off, and does successfully pick up all 4 points in that jam. So 54-68 is your score.
Arrakis back now, jamming after serving that penalty on the track with lead jammer. That I may have been sitting in the box, but that doesn't mean I can't get lead, and I got it for myself, and I'm going to take full advantage of it. Now on a scoring pass, trying to push right down the center of the pack as the pack creeps into turn 2. Slamwise Gamgee jamming for S1, trapped on that inside line, trying to pass through Riedell's tripod. Not wanting to get pushed out of bounds on that inside, digging in those toe stops. Tries to jump past, but barely going to step out of bounds, has to reset and try again. Arrakis on the outside grabs the full 4. Shout out to Riedell Skates and its family of brands, proud sponsor of RollerCon 2025 and proud sponsor of this high-level game.
Just under 22 minutes left here in the game. Score 72-54 in favor of Riedell. Still a lot of derby left to be played as Malibu's Barbie gets out first, picks up lead for S1. Poison Violet with the start for Riedell. Getting recycled back by Bolt Action. Oh man, a beautiful sweep there by the S1 blockers. That was Scarly Davidson. And someone else to be named later. A lot of solid tripods and walls out there right now, as both packs were at a bit of a standstill there for a minute until there was a star pass to Yeti. So Yeti able to bust through and force that call off. All 4 points going up on the scoreboard there for Barbie. So score now 58-72.
Sanja Dewing, a.k.a. Author of Pain, has a table of books by roller derby authors. Find them at booth 60. Find your next read at our booth or at sanjadewing.com. Opening up Jam 9, Freight Train back with the star for Riedell. Going to be going up against number 27, Carmel Track for S1. No pack is called. Pack reassembles quickly. Karma locked in the back. Freight Train is free. Lead jammer, Riedell. Freight Train throwing a quick shoulder, just bowling their opponents out of the way. Grabs 4 and calls it off.
All right, next jam is about to begin. It's not rocket science, back out on the track for S1. Gonna face off against Arrakis for Riedell. And it's Arrakis who is out very quickly and picks up lead. It's not also out of the packs though, so pressure's gonna be on. Let's see, Arrakis looking to get past these last jammers. Ooh! A little bit of a slippy slip, fall to the floor and call off, but all good. So 4 points going up again for Riedell. 2 4-point jams in a row, taking that score to 80.
Looks like we got a timeout being called by S1. Great opportunity to tell you about another one of our incredible sponsors, Roller Revival. Support the Roller Revival. Stop by our booth for our new roller derby graphic tees, stickers, pins, and patches. Or find them at rollerrevival.com. RollerCon reminds you to please thank a volunteer, because without them, this wouldn't be possible.
Excellent time for S1 to take a timeout. They are still very much in this game, however. Riedell has just come out like full force here in the second half. They have outscored S1 here in the second half, 22-8.
007, Poison Violet jamming for Riedell up against number 7, Donna Diablo for S1. Violet securing a very quick lead, continuing with that continued strategy of just get lead, get what you can, get your points, and move on. Violet tripping their way through the pack, up now at turn 1. First scoring pass, trying to weave through. 666 Lollyrot trying to close the door, but Violet's going to push through and grab 4 points.
Just about ready for jam number 12. Karma Electric with the star for S1. Freight Train for Riedell. And everybody just want to share the love, I guess, and stick together because not much movement there from the jam line as Freight Train getting knocked out and recycled back by Thrasher and Hart. A whistle blows and Hart the pivot going to the penalty box as Freight Train gets out and is assessed lead. Freight Train at 100% lead here in the second half. Karma still battling against the Riedell blocking tripod there, who have just completely locked it down in turn one. Jam called off, 3 points picked up by Freight Train. I thought I counted 3. There they are. So score going to 87 for Riedell, 58 for S1.
Public service announcement, everyone. Please clean up after yourself. Your mom probably doesn't work here. Jam 13 starting off quick. We have number 85, Darth jamming for S1, up against Riedell, already grabbing lead again. That is going to be number 777, perfect for Riedell. Checks the outside, going to be pushed out of bounds by number 08, Party. Dragged to the back, forced to reset. S1 still on their initial pass, giving Perfect an opportunity to secure those points without opposition. Perfect on the outside, trying to just push her opponents out of the way. Informed about the star pass, calls it off, grabs 3, and ends the jam. That awareness of the track, just putting in the work, knowing where your opponents are, knowing if they've done that star pass, if it was successful, knowing when you need to call it.
And all within moments. Like, sometimes it's not even a full second you have to be aware of what's happening. You have only a moment to react. Official timeout.
WFTDI Wellness and Body Breakdown. WFTDI Wellness supports athletes' performance, recovery, focus, and longevity by promoting physical, mental, and emotional health. You'll find them at booths number 1, 2, and 3 or at WFTDI.com. Reminder, everybody, hydrate. Make sure you're getting salts too so your body can retain the moisture. You're going to need about a gallon a day to barely survive in the desert, but you're going to want a lot more than that to actually thrive. Fill your water bottle and then keep on emptying it into your pie hole. Been read that a couple of times, either reading it myself or someone else, and I'm like, is there pie? Can I get pie? If we're calling it our pie hole, I better be able to get some pie.
What flavor of pie also?
Pumpkin.
Anybody in here a pie fan? Let me hear it if you would take pie over cake.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I love cake.
Couple people? I'm not a cake person. I would take pie if it's a, yes, thank you. I especially like chocolate pecan pie, if you're wondering, and I'll be at the announcers table pretty much all weekend.
If you have chocolate pecan pie, Benita would love some.
If you just whip one up in your non-kitchen having hotel room, that'd be great.
Honestly, you could just throw the ingredients into a tin and set it outside for about 3 minutes. And it'll probably be done.
Yes, and it'll still be delicious.
All right, our officials had their little chatty chat, and now it's time for us to play some more roller derby.
Next whistle starts the jam. Bam! There we go. It is Malibuza Barbie with the start for S1. Pie-loving Malibuza Barbie, as we just learned. Facing off 89, Arrakis. Oh, man. Both getting out of the pack almost at the same time, but Malabruiser Barbie slightly ahead of Arrakis. Lead assessed to S1. So it's like a race, and then it's a booty tap to call off the jam. So that is our another 0-0 jam here. I believe the second one of this half.
I think you're correct. And you saw the strategy of the blockers there. Riedell was like, we want to get to the front to make us as far away from Bruiser as possible to give Arrakis the opportunity to get points, which that meant Bruiser just had to call, Barbie had to call it. Because she's like, my teammates are in the back. Their points are closer than the ones that I want to get. Slamwise Gamgee taking the star for S1. Now we moving into Jam 15. Going up against 007 Poison Violet for Riedell, who's up at the front of the pack, fighting to stay in bounds. Barely going to be shoved out, but her opponent goes out as well, which means it's no pass, no penalty, but also not awarded lead. Slamwise Gamgee getting lead and going, well, you know, I'm in the back, but I got the power to call off this jam, giving us another 0-0 jam. Reminder, everybody, that we always need staff. Stop by VCI to learn how you can earn discounts, free tickets, and more.
That's right. Hey, there's a lot of folks here who get a free MVP pass to RollerCon every year by volunteering in the previous year, or get a half price pass. Save that money for all the merch that you can get here. And that is Misty Maven with the star for Riedell, and Snot Rocket Science back out there for S1. It's Maven, though, who is out first and has lead. Snot going to the outside, now back to the inside, looking to create some space to get out of the pack. There has been a successful start pass, so Karma Electrac now jammer for S1 as Maven is through for 4 points. Karma now also out of the pack, so going to put that pressure on as Misty or Maven flips around those hips to pick up a few additional points right at the call off.
All you got to do is get your hips passed. Not the wheels, it's not the skates, it's hips on hips.
That's right. So you gotta push that booty out and get those hips.
You'll see them lean in, they're like, I can secure a couple more. Moving into Jam 17, that is number 89, Arrakis, going up against number 7, Donna Diablo. Arrakis on that outside, just leaning into their opposition. I'm not out of bounds. In fact, I can use you to stay in bounds. Thank you. Lead jammer goes to Riedell. Arrakis now at a scoring pass. So much strength, just pushing right down the center of the track. Got to lock those wheels in, really dig into that plow stop if you want any hope of slowing Arrakis down. They don't need a door, they will make one. Very strong hit by 15, bolt action, making Arrakis stutter for only a moment. Arrakis still securing 4 and calling it off.
Very nice 8-point jam there by Riedell. 11 minutes left here in the game. Poison Violet on the line for Riedell. And this is a power start. Power jam for Riedell, as Donna Diablo is still sitting in that penalty box. So Poison Violet looking to push through, had come up against a strong tripod, but then gets some offensive assistance and is now out of the pack and assessed lead as Donna Diablo has returned to the track. coming up against Freight Train Human Missile Crisis along with Moxie Balboa. So very difficult for Diablo to get out of the pack, but now some offense coming in opens things up, and Diablo is out of the pack. Violet getting knocked to the inside instead of recycling, decides to call it off just as Donna Diablo gets to the pack. So 4 points going up for Poison Violet and Riedell.
Also need to do a quick shout out for those incredible side surfs that Poison Violet was doing, just smoothly sailing through the pack. Very impressive work. Remember everybody, no glass inside the Expo or in the pools. Nobody wants that. Let's stay safe. 777, perfect jamming for Riedell. Quickly leaps into action and attacks the pack up at the front, forcing the S1 wall into turn 2. Falls out of bounds on the inside. S1 going to drag them all the way back. But it's actually going to be a high block penalty, assessed, or blocking with the head. Assessed 2, perfect, making it a power jam for S1. And in response, Darth grabbing that lead jammer position, unopposed, skating around the track, ready to secure some points, close up this differential. Full S1 wall, leaping into an offense. Getting a couple of taps from Sweet and Sour and Misty Maven, but skates on, grabbing 4 points. Tearing around the track, wanting 4 more. Tries to take the outside, but Yeti or not, here I come, going to send them out of bounds. Perfect serve their penalty, back on the track, knocked out of bounds on the outside. Resetting all the way back after being knocked out by Murph. Darth getting ping-ponged around in the center of the pack, calls it off, takes 3 to go.
Seven points are going to break a long streak, I'm not even going to count, of not scoring any points for S1. So maybe these are the points that are going to take them to score like 50 more points in 7 minutes. Anything is possible. It's not rocket science. It's here to show you that. It's not rocket science getting lead. Arrakis, though, also out of the pack, and she is coming up very quickly. There is oh man, a nice little bit of confusion there as it's not getting knocked out by a teammate, but things happen. And it's a 0-0 jam. That's our 4th 0-0 jam here in the second half.
Well, we're down to the final 7 minutes of the second half. It may be day 1 of RollerCon, but these skaters are giving everything they have. You start to wear down, makes it easier to make small mistakes.
100%.
Hart jamming for S1 up against Poison Violet for Riedell. Hart up at the front, sprints on the outside, lead jammer S1. S1 securing now, I believe, their 3rd lead in a row as we come down to the back end of the second half. S1 not willing to give up anything, wanting to prove that they deserve to be in this high-level AA game. Hart, 4 more points. Very successful scoring pass, ready for another one. Poison Violet, who has jammed so many times this game, locked in the back of the pack behind S1's wall. Hart throwing up another 4 points. Hart dropping a shoulder underneath Poison Violet, saying, I saw you. You don't need to do that. You worry about your game, okay? Hart going to be pushed out of bounds on the outside, dragged back by Booty Queen. Got a penalty being handed out. Going to go to the S1 pivot. Hart grabs 4 more and calls it off for a very successful 12-point jam for S1.
S1 successfully holding Riedell scoreless on their last 3 jams. Karma Electric with the star for S1, Misty Maven for Riedell. Karma starting to juke before the whistle even blows, getting a little warmed up. However, it's Misty Maven who is out first with lead. Karma still pushing on the Riedell blockers. Oop. Everybody's slipping down, but popping right back up. Man, that looks like Yeti, Perfect, and a couple other blockers to be named later. Maven getting recycled back. And again, Thrasher also getting recycled back after returning from the penalty box. And let's see if any... Oh, yep. We're still going. I heard some whistles and I got a little confused, Juan. That jam's not over yet. A star pass to Thrasher, who is now jammer for S1. That's going to put the pressure on in there. Now I can match the whistles to the track that I'm actually at. As the jam ends, 3 points going up for Maven and Riedell.
Such an echoey room. At least it's cool in here because it's hot outside.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it feels so nice in here.
Please remember, everybody, to stay safe when you're traveling around Vegas, especially if you're outside. It's hot out there. Stay hydrated. Move from shade to shade. Stay cool. Stay safe. Opening up jam at 23, we have Arrakis jamming again for Riedell. Just digging in those toe stops on the outside. Lead jammer goes to Arrakis. It's not rocket science as jamming for S1, just trying to get their skates back under their feet, but constantly being knocked down by Riedell's wall. Still had a successful star pass over to number 15, Bolt Action. Arrakis saw the pass and said, no, thank you. I got my points, and I'm going to take them with me. Shout out to Riedell Skate, sponsor of all of RollerCon, as well as of this sponsored game. Be sure to visit the Antique Boot and get fit for the versatile AR2 and lightweight jet carbon. They're at booth P1 in the lobby.
Bruiser Barbie with the star for S1 and Freight Train for Riedell. And it is Freight Train out first with lead. Oh, a penalty, a cut penalty being assessed to Bruiser Barbie. That means we have a power jam. Power jam. Jam de poder. Freight Train contained by the S1 blockers. Dipped off that pack, going to the outside. A lot of action there from Riedell's blockers to offer offense and open things up. Freight picking up 3, calls it off, freezes Bruiser Barbie in the penalty box. So this is a power start here for Donna Diablo and S1. Oh, never mind, just kidding.
They were just excited. They're like, I want to jam. It's going to be a power start for Poison Violet over on Riedell. Scoots back away from the pack, wants to build up some speed. Riedell in an offensive position, ready to try to help Violet get through the pack. S1 not willing to just rest on their wheels, though. Leaping into action, number 3, Scarlett Davidson, wanting to try to hold Violet down. Slamwise Gamgee out there also trying to make sure that Violet finds no success. Bruiser Barbie served their penalty, jumps on the track, and grabs lead for S1. S1 defensive wall locking Violet down, saying, yeah, sure, you may have had a power start, but you know what? We're going to make sure that we get lead anyway. Violet going to take a hard hit, but right back up on all 8 wheels, gets back up on the track. Barbie working on a scoring pass, trying to push through the pack. Calls it off after a successful star pass by Riedell over to Misty Maven. and a timeout being called by S1, wanting to freeze that game clock. Make sure that the game clock doesn't count down while we're waiting for the next jam.
Really excellent job by the S1 blocking squad to contain Misty Maven. Misty Maven did hit that pack, but didn't get any of those hips past. She's only got 2, but neither of them passed a blocker for S1. So kept that score at 0 for Riedell there in jam number 25.
And shout out and thank you to S1 Helmet and Pads. The S1 Lifer Visor Helmet is next level protection. Remember that S1 makes the best quality and most innovative protective gear. You can find them at booth P3 in the lobby or at s1helmets.com. Zip your bag and stow it in the labeled spots. Don't lose your stuff. And when you do, find it at VCI Lost and Found. Donna Diablo jamming for S1, but Arrakis grabbing lead for Riedell. Arrakis has the spice to push through the pack. Now on a scoring pass, trying to push right down the center, digging into the track, practically leaving grooves as they go. Pushes through on the outside, 4 points to Riedell. Arrakis weaving through now on another scoring pass. Takes a quick tap and pushes along the inside. 4 more points. Riedell Wall, just full tripod, still locking down that S1 jammer. Arrakis getting just barely booped out of bounds on the outside by number 32, Sheesh. And that is the end of that jam, which brings us to the close of this sponsored bout, your unofficial final, S1 81 to Riedell's 133. That was an incredible game. Tons of effort put in by everybody. Remember, this is just the beginning of RollerCon as a whole.
That's right. There are so many more amazing games to come. Make sure you stick around to catch them all.
Yeah, be sure to get your seats, your reserved seats for the marquee game this evening.
That's right. Those seats do sell out. Purchase early.
Yeah, and the non-sold out seats fill up quickly, whether that's the floor or the bleachers. There is very often nowhere to.
That is 100% true.
All right, everybody. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Go for it.
All right, everybody, please enjoy the rest of your RollerCon. I'm Michael Schwan.
I'm Loki de Juanita.
Stay safe and stay hydrated.